Justice Democrats, the group that helped unseat Joe Crowley, a Democratic leader in the House, and replace him with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, has now announced their first primary target for 2020. So they put this out in a tweet. We're launching our first primary target, Henry Cuellar, a fake Democrat. Votes with Trump 69% of the time, A rating from the NRA, voted to penalize sanctuary cities, fundraisers for the GOP. Let's recruit a grassroots progressive challenger. Hell yeah. So Justice Democrats have already proven themselves to be able to primary important Democrats in the House like Joe Crowley, and they have people in like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, Ayanna Pressley, and others like Ro Khanna, who joined in after they became sitting members in the House. But now there is a potential to take down somebody who is very terrible. So even apart from what was mentioned in that tweet, let me also read this tweet from Sunrise Movement. Henry Cuellar takes more fossil fuel money than any other Democrat in the House. No wonder he's against the Green New Deal. So in this era where I think climate change is the biggest issue, you can't have Democrats taking money from the fossil fuel industry, let alone this Democrat being the one that takes the most money out of any Democrat in the House from the fossil fuel industry. So this is one of the main reasons that I think it's great that Cuellar is the first primary target from the Justice Democrats. Now, there are some other reasons as well. So let's look at the money. So where does Cuellar get his money from? I looked this up and I was shocked at how pathetic this was. So take a look at this. From 2013 to 2014, only 0.75% of his campaign money came from small donors. And if you think that's bad, it kept getting worse. So 2015, 2016, it was just 0.43% from small donors. And then in 2017, 2018, it was just 0.35% from small donors. So his money from small donors got smaller and smaller and smaller. Less than 1% of his money came from small donors. This is somebody who is just straight up bought by his big donors, and that's why he is sitting in Congress. This is somebody that is clearly, this spot is ripe for a grassroots movement to come in, raise small donor money, and use volunteers to be able to go around and push a real progressive candidate that is strong on progressive issues. Now, the other piece of this is, look, because he has no real constituency and he is in a blue district, this is another reason why this is somebody that is clearly a perfect target to go after. And on top of that, on top of him getting all of his money from big donors, on top of him having many conservative positions as a Democrat in a deeply blue district, he also raised money for a Republican. So this from the Washington Post. Left-wing campaign groups, which had their greatest success last year in deep blue districts, have pointed to the heavy Democratic advantage in Cuellar's seat as evidence that anyone who unseated the congressman would be elected in November. Cuellar also rankled Democrats last year by helping raise money for Representative John Carter, Republican of Texas, who narrowly defeated a strong Democratic challenger in the Austin exurbs. And looking at the results of that race, this is disturbing. So John Carter, the Republican, barely won his race against the Democrat with 50.6%, meaning that you could potentially pin this Democratic loss on another Democrat, a sitting Democrat in the House. How we don't all already know Cuellar's name, how this wasn't reported on endlessly by the media, talking about how this is a Democrat who betrayed his party, who helped support a Republican win against a Democrat in the era of Trump. Why don't we all know who Cuellar is already? This is somebody that his name should have been plastered while this was happening, but he got off scot-free until his race in 2020, where if Justice Dems are able to pick somebody strong, and I have trust that they will, this is somebody that I think will be easily primaried and have their seat taken over by somebody who is a real progressive on the issues. And not only just that, but has a real grassroots movement and built on small dollar donations to actually answer to real people in their community. Clearly, Cuellar is not one of those people. So AOC right now is staying neutral in this until an actual candidate is chosen, which I think makes the most sense. It doesn't make sense now to come out against Cuellar before there is anybody named by Justice Democrats to run against him. But the reason Justice Dems have come out this early is to hopefully try and recruit somebody strong in that district to go up against him. So I can't wait to see who they choose, and I can't wait to see what other primary challenges the Justice Democrats take up in 2020.